doing 60 laps once again in North Wilkesboro. Last race didn't go so well. Ended up getting wrecked twice by the same truck. Hopefully we have a little bit more I don't know, what do you want to say? I don't want to be harsh and say competent drivers, but hopefully we have a little bit of a stronger field overall, some drivers that have depth perception with them today. Drivers that know when to push hard, when not to push hard.
Alright man, we're going green next time.
Hopefully everyone just gives other drivers space. Don't want to get too close to anyone that's bound to cause a wreck, as we've seen. So really that's just the name of the game. Give people room. Obviously you want to fight hard for your position, but you don't want to do so in a way that's going to compromise another driver's ability to finish the race. You don't want to wreck anyone.
Get ready.
It's not good racing etiquette at all. Alright, pace car's coming off right here. And we're away.
Green flag, green flag. Outside. All clear, all clear.
That was a pretty good battle. It lasted more than 5 laps right there. Battled all the way until the caution came out.
Pit road is now open.
We were both aware of where we were on the racetrack, didn't get into each other, so it was a nice clean battle. Ended up benefiting and gaining the spot right at the caution, which is nice. So it was definitely a nicely fought battle for us. Move us up to position number 4 for the time being. After we were unsuccessful in that first attempt at passing with that 7, started shifting going down to the corners, definitely started getting an advantage. couple more laps probably would have cleared him without the caution, but wasn't quite there yet. Definitely a really good start to this race so far. Some nice, exciting racing, clean.
Pit road is closed.
2 more laps, we'll get right back at it. Probably used up our tires just slightly there. Probably slightly more worn than some others, but we do know that we're going to be changing our tires at some point during this race, so it shouldn't be a detriment for too long. At least that's the hope.
Get ready.
Pace cars off once again. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Got a nice restart. little bit.
It's the green car.
Good battle there. He got into me there at the end. Kind of made contact with my right front, almost sending me down to the inside wall, but able to hang on to it. Kind of feel my tires starting to let go, so had to concede that battle. Good racing there for those last 10 laps of the run, though. I'm actually going to choose to stay out here.
It's the
I'm going to try to save my tires for a little bit later on. Really good racing, though, so far. Might be difficult to come back through the field once we do take our tires, so that's one thing to consider. But if all works out, we get another caution coming up soon. We'll have the freshest tires in the field, so that could be beneficial. Those fresh tires will be restarting directly behind me. So we're going to have to carefully let some of these guys by. Hopefully we get like 10 laps in and then a caution comes out. Just enough to have those guys with the fresh tires get some wear on them. Just allow those guys to get some wear. And at that point we'll take our fresh set of tires and see if we can start plowing through the field a little bit. That's the plan for the strategy. We'll see if it works out or not. Definitely at a disadvantage, not pitting with those leaders because now I'm going to have to come through the entire field, but we'll see what the circumstances end up being when we find ourselves in them.
Get ready. Alright, man. Late start next. Green flag. Good job, man. You're in first. Inside. Stay high. Clear low. Good job. The next car is clear. Inside. Alright, man, caution is out. Line up single file. 0 to close. It's the one car.
Yeah, so unfortunately this isn't going to work out for us because the caution came out only a couple laps later. We kind of have to take our tires now. If we don't take them now, we wait for another caution, we're going to be a little bit too late. We're not going to be able to get back through the field. So we're going to have to pit now and take those tires, only with the 1 or 2 lap advantage over their tires. We're not going to have much of an advantage, unfortunately. It'll be something, but unfortunately the caution just didn't fall at a good time. A little bit of damage from that contact will fix that up as well. Might as well while we're sitting here. Damage like that tends to make these trucks a little bit tight, so we'll just go ahead and beat that out.
Alright, that's it. Go. Just keep the dog. Like the left, the rest of the right. Line up, single file.
So we're going to have a bit of an advantage over the tires that the rest of the field has, but not much. So we'll see what happens. Got a little bit of leverage, not much. See if we can use it to our advantage at all. That was the whole idea of the strategy, was to gain leverage over these guys by having fresher tires. Unfortunately, the next caution only came out a few laps later, allowing their tires to age only slightly, so our advantage over them is only going to be minimal. And on top of that, instead of being in the top 5, we're back outside the top 10 now. So the strategy didn't work out. We still do have that slight advantage working in our favor, and so we'll see what we can do with it for the rest of the race, which is another for the next 20 laps. See what we can do with it.
Alright, man, we're going green next time. Bye. Alright, man, line up on the outside road now.
Now, the important thing to remember when you have fresh tires over anyone on the racetrack is just to be patient. You don't want to try picking off too many trucks at once. You're going to end up running into the back of someone or causing a wreck. You don't want any more damage than is necessary. You don't really want any at all, so you just got to be really careful while you're navigating through the field.
Get ready.
Just pick your battles very carefully. In the last race, this is the exact situation we found ourselves in. We ended up getting wrecked. So you just got to be careful.
Outside. Still there.
Oh god, I spun back up the track. That was right behind me too.
19, power by.
So just slowly starting to gain positions. Other thing we want to do is manage our tires a little bit, try to maintain that advantage over them with the tires. If you use up the tires in the first couple of laps by sliding them, heating them up too much, you might get some extra wear on those tires and decrease your advantage over the rest of the field. In terms of tires. Just want to be really careful about that. Had I known that caution was going to come out, I probably would have waited to pit until this caution, so I would have a little bit more of an advantage even, but you can never be guaranteed when a caution is going to come out, when it won't. And so if you pit too late, if you wait too late or too long, and you don't end up getting a caution, you're going to be stuck on your old set of tires.
Left on forward. Car by. He had the position when the yellow flag came out.
And if you get stuck on your old set of tires, you're going to go all the way to the back of the field and finish there, so you got to be careful about that. First half of this race, we got involved. We were involved in some pretty good battles, multi-lap battles. That in both cases, I believe, in the two battles we had, I believe they were both about 10 laps long. So they were definitely really interesting. Lap after lap, we were side by side, trying to claim the position. I noticed on this most recent restart, that 19 truck that's directly in front of us, that white truck, with the Iracing sponsor on the back. It didn't launch very well, got a pretty slow restart. I was kind of off the gas for a really long time coming through turn 2, going down the back straightaway. Didn't want to run into the back of them. So that's just something to be aware of this time. Just anticipate potentially that happening again, and this time, knowing that it could happen, be ready to capitalize on that. This time we'll be 2 inside on the restart, so that'll give us the preferred lane.
Alright, man, we're going green next time. Alright, man, line up on the inside road.
We got spun. No caution for that either, that's crazy. Yep. Just another example of someone misjudging and getting down into us. Ah, man. When are we going to get a clean race? It's coming, I know. It's just not going to be this one either. We're running a lot of times they're on pace for the leader even. So that tells you something. We're even going faster than the leader right now. Yeah, let's give us a shot at this.
Your road is closed. And the 8 car, and the 16 car. The road is now open.
Fortunately, because we spun out, tires are probably a little bit more worn now. Only got 2 instant points from that 2X. So it won't really affect our safety rating in a negative way, but certainly won't be getting any I rating from this. Whenever you find yourself back in the pack, chances of getting a wreck are very high in this series. This is the C-Class series. Drivers aren't as skilled down here, not as much awareness of what's around them. And that's not really meant to be taken as an insult, that's just sort of something to be aware of when you're driving. Something that you have to factor into your strategy. So this is the second race in a row where we were wrecked, trying to come back through the field. So probably in the next race I'm going to change my strategy and try not to find myself back in the pack. Really adopt a strategy that's more focused on track position rather than gaining leverage over people with tire advantage. Probably be in my best interest to just focus on track position. Come down and fix any damage we might have from that, if there's any at all. There's no real reason not to bring it down. Check that out. We're not going to lose much. We might lose one spot from behind. Other than that, we might gain by fixing the damage probably outweigh what we lose right here. So it turns out there's actually no damage to the truck. That's good. Always good to check just to make sure. So we're going to have 2 laps to go at the restart. This is a normal attempt at a restart, not a green light checker.
Alright man, we're going green next time, right? Alright man, line up on the inside road.
Yeah, so we're not going to lose any spots for that anyways. Since the guy that passed us after we came on the road just went back down the road again. So we'll see if we can gain 1 or 2, but once again we have those tires that sort of shot now after we spun out. We were sort of forced into that spin. We'll check out the replay after.
Alright man, green flag, green flag, green flag. Let's go. Inside. 3 wider in the middle. 3 wide. Inside. 3 wider. Stay high. Good to on the low side. Alright, man. Let's go left. Stay high. Good to on the low side. All clear, all clear. There's a slow car on high. Go high. Go low. Inside. 3 wide. You're in the middle. You're clear high. Clear high. Good.
4X there, but we're going to gain 2 spots. Ended up getting 9th out of that. Huge wreck in the backstretch. We ended up piling right into it. Didn't really have a path around it, but our best bet there was to just push through it. Just try to gain as many spots as possible, and I knew that, so I just did it. So I ended up losing 4 spots overall, but strategy just didn't pan out there with the way the cautions fell. So overall, didn't lose many spots from that. Got some nice battles in the first half of the race, so I'd say overall it was a win. Some really good battles that went on here. Here's the battle between between 7 and I rather. This went on for numerous laps. I lose that battle, but this is where I immediately start shifting. I start working out the line again. You'll see I start getting back to his inside here, getting a really nice exit. By shifting that third back and forth. So I work back to his inside. This is where I start getting into the advantage. The advantage on corner entry. I tend to get the advantage on exit. comes out right here, and at the moment of caution, I was ahead. I believe the caution came out somewhere like around here, right around here, or I was slightly ahead. You can already see the caution lights are on up there. Actually, you might be able to see in the shot when the caution came out precisely. Yep. Caution came out right there. You can see at that moment I'm just slightly ahead. Take a look at it from the overhead shot. Yeah, you can see from there. That's it. That's probably the best shot of it right there. See, I'm just slightly ahead. And there's another really good battle that comes right after the restart. Laps that eventually I get to his inside. I'm not really sure where that happens. I think that happens right here. Yep. I duck down to the inside. He gets a little bit loose on entry. I get down there. And this one lasts quite a while. So I'm doing the best I can to sort of diamond the corner on the bottom. He's running that high line, getting the momentum on exit, so the power's off the corner. Right now I have a slight advantage over him. He actually does end up getting that advantage back. He does have a big mistake in the end, I believe, that almost takes me out of the race. Pretty good since I was able to save it. Didn't really affect my race too much. So it's still going. Incredibly long battle. Both rounds. Side by side with him once again. Almost fell off behind him. He almost cleared me, but I was able to get back in there. Just about to clear him here. I believe this is around where the incident happens. Still going. Yeah, right there. Down the front straightaway. So that's where the battle ends. Caution comes out shortly after that, but you'll see what happens here if we slow it down. He comes off the corner, gets loose. Pretty easy for that to happen. He slides down the track, gets into me, makes contact. There I start to go, but I'm able to get out of the gas and save it in time before I go down and nose it into the inside wall. Caution comes out the same lap, I believe. Find out where that spin happens. I end up spinning out somewhere back here. There's actually no caution for the spin. It happens right here. I go to the inside. 19 spins down into me while I'm trying to pass him because I'm faster. I have a run coming off the corner. So just another mistake there that I'm caught up in. This time, though, I can't save it. I end up going around. I'll show this from another angle just to make it clear what happened. See, the 19 sort of slides down. So right here I'm on his quarter panel. We don't touch. Right here I'm to his inside, getting ready to accelerate off the corner to make the pass down in this direction. Before I can do that, you can see his back end starts to swing out right here. And now he's starting to slide down the track. Make contact. I almost saved it, but I ended up going around without causing any damage to my truck, but still no caution for that. Fell all the way to the back. Was not able to recover by the end. Top of that, flat spotted my tires. So So that's just a quick little recap of what happened. And then, of course, the final lap incident that we had. I'm trying to find the best way to get through this, but the entire track is basically blocked. There's a spot here that I see, so I'm shooting for this gap right now, but that, of course, closes up. I can't go down here. There's someone down there. So you'll see, really, by the time I get to it, the entire track is covered. There's no way you're getting through that without going through the grass. And chances are, if you go through the grass, you're going to spin out anyways. So, yep. You can see this is kind of the situation you're left in. The track's completely blocked. Then I see a little gap up here, so I'm trying to go up there, but then once again, can't go up there. Gap gets blocked again. So this entire track, really, for the entire time here is covered. So that supports my truck, but I'm able to limp it around and get across the finish line in 9th eventually. That took my breath away. Overall, not a bad race, I guess. Just mistakes were made once again by other drivers, as they were in the last race. Didn't cost me as much this time, but certainly leaves us with a damaged truck. Now, had we pitted with the leaders when they pit, instead of deciding to come later in an attempt to get an advantage over them, probably would have been fine keeping our track position, so that was a miscue on my part. And once I was back in the pack, I was kind of just exposed to all the other drivers, and I couldn't avoid some of the carnage that they were creating, unfortunately. Overall, not a bad race, especially compared to the last one at least.